Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm checking up on the Atheist Paladin's channel, and he finally released his video on rape in the Bible. First point. This is dealing with Deuteronomy in the 22nd chapter, verse 22 and 23 and 24.
Now, crazy claim is that this is simply a case of adultery. But what he doesn't know, in verse 22, it already deals with a case of adultery. I mean, if it was adultery, then why is it important that the woman cries out? Because it's rape.
Nowhere in the verse 24 does the word rape ever enter the picture. Not even the word force enter the picture. You have made a baseless, unfounded assertion. That is the bottom line. Now, as for you saying verse 22 already deals with adultery, no. Verse 22 deals with a woman that is married to a husband and that is not a virgin. What the Bible is doing is giving broad detail, as verse 23 is talking about a woman that is a virgin betrothed unto a husband, which means engaged but not married yet, and is still a virgin. The Bible saying because she cried not has nothing to do with rape. It simply means because she did not protest to it, meaning she was all for it. Now, if it said she cried not, and at the same time it said the man forced her, then it would be dealing with rape, and then it would be stoning a rape victim. But until the scripture says that, it doesn't, and you have failed. Ooh, he tries to be a sly little devil dog in this next portion. Watch this. We're going to stop him dead in his tracks, though, with hard evidence and cross-referencing scripture and bringing things into context. Let's take a look.
So, afflict, oppress, humble, be afflicted, be bowed down. To put down, to become low. To depress, to downcast. To be afflicted, to stoop. To mishandle, afflict. Really, this doesn't really sound like of anything that is consensual to me.
You see how he brisks over the main portion? Let's take a look at something. I like Biblos because it's much bigger, much bigger. Now, where it says humble, it also uses the word violated, because he violated his neighbor's wife, meaning because the wife belongs to the husband. The definition for humbled is, in the context, is to lower in condition or importance or dignity. This is the context of this verse, is humbled. And to cross-reference that, to make it plain and to make this point true, we will go to Deuteronomy in the 21st chapter 14, where it says, "And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou have humbled her," meaning thou have depreciated her in value. She's been deflowered, for a lack of better words, to be PG-13. So the point that he tried to make in trying to make a rape case falls flat on its face. Ooh, he tried. Did you see that? He thought he was good. But I have God on my side. The next one is a very, very bad example, just like all the rest of them, of unfounded, baseless assertions. We're going to be jumping to verse 25 now. Let's hear what he has to say.
It's talking about the city, now it's talking about in the field.
His assertion is that because you were in the city, that's why the whole "she cried not" thing came into play, but now we're in the field.
Maybe it's giving, I don't know, concepts maybe of what to do if you find yourself in this situation and what to do if you find yourself in another situation? Well, if that's the case, I guess that would mean it's rape, because there's force, which means the others is about force as well.
No, 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 and no. The only one that says force is verse 25. We already debunked you on verse 24, so we're going to stick to 25. It is the only one that says force and lie with her, and it is the only one that says the damsel is not to be stoned because she did nothing wrong. You can't say one is dealing with force and therefore the other one is dealing with force too. Transferring force into another verse where force is not is unacceptable. Here, I don't think he realized he just debunked himself. Okay, let's hear.
And again, look at this, because there was no one to save her if she cries out in the field.
Notice, she cried out in the field. She cried out and there was nobody to save her. But if you go back up to verse 24, she cried not, and she was in the city. Why would she cry not in the city with people around, but cry in the field and there's nobody around? Self-debunk.
And it goes on to verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and laid hold of her, and lie her, and be found.
Can anybody explain to me also real quick why it says, and they be found? Does this mean that he was raping her and didn't get away with it? Nah. It means they were found and she wasn't and they were having intercourse and she wasn't even betrothed to be married to this individual, and they had to have a shotgun wedding.
The man shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her.
We've already debunked you on that, so moving on.
And he may not put her away all his days. So as we can see, crazy, the Bible very well promotes rape.
The Bible very well does promote rape. Okay, let's getting serious now. Verse 28. Again, this shows nowhere in this verse does it say force. Lay hold of. Let's see. The Hebrew word actually for this is tephes. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And it means to catch or handle or lay hold of or take hold of, seize, wield, lay hold of, seize, arrest, catch, to grasp, in order to wield, use skillfully. This one I like a lot, and it goes into context. Actually, not to paint a picture, but to use this as an example. I lay hold of my wife and lie with her too. To grasp in order to wield, or use skillfully. So nowhere in here does this rape appear in here. Now, a cross-referencing verse for this verse, Deuteronomy 22 and 28, would be Exodus 22 and 16, where it says, "And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife." The next verse, 17, says, "And if her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to that dowry of virgins." So this cross references because it is the same exact situation. Enticed, lay hold of, it all goes together. But nowhere in the verse does it say force. It just says grab and lay hold of. And anybody that has had intercourse before knows that you lay hold of your wife in some sort of way. And after this entire video is done, the Atheist Paladin thinks he made a point. So I was looking forward to debunking this video. It was very, very fun. And the bottom line is you failed to make a case for rape in the Bible. You're welcome to try something else, you know what I mean? You can try to bring up any contradictions, so-called contradictions you can find in the Bible, we'll shoot those down too. In that note, this is Crazy316, the Atheist Paladin, once again debunked. I'm out.